Hello, welcome to this new video. This time I want to talk about a topic that somebody brought up to me a couple of days ago from a different video, and that is MAC address changing or changing the MAC address, the physical address on your device. But before we do that, there are a couple of things that I want to mention. Number one, this video is for educational purposes. Number two, I'm using Kali Linux right here, but it could be done on any computer, Mac or Windows. You may have to use a different command or a different way of doing that. And number three, and one of the most important points is, why would anybody want to change the MAC address, the physical address of this computer? So let's do a quick review. Let me bring the network diagram here. And this is just a quick recap of what we're talking about. We have devices connecting to the switch connects to the firewall. And as you remember, all these devices, and again, this is an oversimplified network diagram. The devices are going to have an IP address of whatever, right? Let's say 192, 168. 170 that whatever that is, and that MAC address is going to be registered. These IP addresses, is going to be mapped to a MAC address. A MAC address is how ultimately devices are going to be located in a network. If you want more information about it, there are a lot of videos on basic networking concepts and so on and so forth. On a different video, I talked about different type of attacks, layer 2 attacks, and in that case, we were talking about DHCP starvation. And one of the fixes for DHCP starvation or different type of attacks at a layer 2 level is to there are many, but I'm going to mention some sophisticated and other not sophisticated. One of the fixes to secure your network is implementing port security on the switch. So this is a layer 2 switch in here, a managed switch, and you can implement port security in which you are going to configure the ports on the switch to only accept communications or packets from a pre-approved MAC address, right? So you're going to have a list in the switch. You're going to go to the port settings, and somewhere in there, if your switch supports that, of course, you're going to have the option of enabling the creating an ACL, an access control list for the MAC address of this device. Let's say that is A, B, C, and D, right? And I'm oversimplifying this. So if you have port security on all these devices, right? And this is going to be FGW, and this is going to be XYZ, the MAC addresses I'm saying. If an attacker connects to this switch to a port that has that port security configured, the attacker, that connection is not gonna be active, right? It's not gonna be able to successfully access the network. So what an attacker could do is finding out what the MAC address of one of the other devices is and change the MAC address of the attacker's device to that MAC address. And again, this is all hypothetical, and probably it's going to make a good movie. Not even now, probably it made a good movie back in the 1990s, because this is not sophisticated at all. So, but that could be it, right? An attacker could also try to masquerade where the packets come from. Let's say that the attacker connects to the network successfully. Let's say that there's no port security, and the attacker is going to be able to connect to the network, and it's going to carry out malicious things. or it's going to sniff, it's going to send commands or whatever. Perhaps they want to change the MAC address so that it's going to be harder, not impossible, to trace that connection back to a device. Because you could look at the MAC address table, and I remember that I used to do that back in the days when I used to manage pretty large networks. And sometimes, when I was looking for a device, somebody told me, yes, I'm connected. Oh, I don't see you. Sometimes I just looked at the table and I did a search on the MAC address for that specific vendor, and then I was able to identify that device, right? So again, this is all hypothetical, but the concept is good to know, and it's interesting to understand how it works so that you can take necessary actions and be more proactive in what you're doing. So in this case, we're going to be using a command on Kali, but the command could be used in other distros, and that is Macchanger. And the Macchanger command, as you could see here, the menu is pretty simple. The options are limited but effective, is what you want to do. So as you could see here, you can have the option of don't changing the vendor bytes. And the reason for that is because each MAC address, the first three values, I forget what the values are called, they're bytes, I think, they're going to be associated to a vendor, and the other three are going to be in the individual ID for that device. So it is common sense that if you have, let's say, all HP computers in your organizations or laptops, you don't want to stand out, or the attacker does not want to stand out and say, you know what, now I'm going to have an IBM MAC address, because it just doesn't make any sense, right? So you have that option. But let's talk about this option first, because this is what's going to lead us to the other options. If you do MAC address -L, that's going to list all the MAC addresses vendors on the database. And as you could see here, we're going to have the first 3 bytes that are going to identify, this is for wireless, but here it is for wire, that are going to identify the vendor, as you can see here, Intel and all that. And the last 3 are going to identify the device within the unique network, or identify the device, period. So when doing this, attackers usually they want to stay within the same family of MAC addresses that they see, or something similar. For instance, if you see Dell, HP, and Sony, for instance, why would an attacker use a MAC address for this? I never heard of that before. But again, this is in theory. In practice, they could just use anything unless there is an access control or some type of network monitoring that is going to be flagging MAC addresses that don't belong to the same group. But I've never seen that setting. Maybe that exists. So what I'm talking about now makes for a good 1990s movie, right? But the concept is the same. Is what we're going to be doing. And there are other reasons, actually. When it comes to Wi-Fi, there are other more useful reasons to change the MAC address, to bypass some filters. So what we're going to be doing here, so let me go back to Macchanger -H. What we're going to do is we're going to bring down the interface. Then we are going to use the commands so you can see how it's going to change the MAC address. But before we do that, let me do one more thing here. Let me do IP-A. As you could see, this is my MAC address that's associated to this IP address, and I'm gonna come to my Ubuntu computer real quick. Let me just log in here so we see this in action. Oh, bad password. So let me ping the IP address. Look at the ARP table, and now you see that, like on a remote device, 170.23 is going, or is mapped to this MAC address, which is what we see here, of course. So now we come to sudo, let's just do IP link, and as you can see, in my case, the interface that I'm gonna be working with is ETH0, but in your case, it could be anything else. You just have to know what IP address you wanna use for this. So as you could see here, if I do IPA, I see the MAC address and I see the IP address. So I'm gonna bring down the interface. So I'm gonna do sudo IP link set ETH0, which is my interface, right? The one that I want to bring down, and I'm gonna say down. Okay, so if I do IPA, you're gonna see the interface, but you could see right here that the interface is disconnected. So what I want to do now is use the IP, the MAC address changer command. Let me just do sudo MAC changer -h. So we go through the menu one more time. And the first thing that I'm gonna do, I wanna change my MAC address to another MAC address in the same hardware family. So I'm gonna use -e. That's gonna do don't change the vendor bytes, right? So I'm gonna do -e ETH0. As you can see here, my current MAC address right now is this, because I haven't brought the interface up. These changes haven't taken effect yet. The permanent is the MAC address, the hardware, that one that is gonna always be there, right? So the permanent obviously is not gonna change because it's permanent. It's what you can default to. The current is whatever you're gonna be using at any given time, and then the new is what that's gonna change to. So the new MAC address that I'm gonna have is 0029BF1B43. As you can see, that MAC address belongs to the same VMware family as it is listed here. So let me bring up my interface one more time. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna do IPA. And as you can see here, this is gonna be my new MAC address, but I don't see an IPv4. Let me do this again. Okay, so I get a new IP address of that 25 associated to this MAC address, because it is gonna, there was a new DHCP request going to the network, right? So if I bring down my interface one more time, let me come here. These colors are driving me crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this down, and I'm gonna change my MAC address, but let me do age. In this case, I'm gonna say, you know what, give me a random MAC address, something that out of that list, give me something. So I'm gonna use -r ETH0. And as you could see here, it provided something that is unknown, right? It provided a MAC address of whatever. So if I bring the interface back up, I'm gonna go to again one more time. As you could see, I get a new IP address because when the interface was brought up, it sent that DHCP request out to the network, and the network, or in this case DHCP, realized, oh, this is a new MAC address, which means a new quote-unquote device, and it responded with an IP address to that device. So as you could see, that's how you can change the MAC address on Kali Linux or any other computer. It's super simple, and even though you can use some of these to bypass some basic security controls such as ACLs and things of that nature, this is another of those, I'm gonna call these quote-unquote attacks or functions that can be easily detected on the network and identified on the network if you have the proper security controls in place, of course, if you have the proper technology. If you want to bring the MAC address back to your original setting, the only thing you need to do is bring it back to, use the -P for permanent, and that's gonna change the setting back to the original hardware address on that specific unit. I hope this information was useful to you and it provided a broader understanding of network security, MAC address changes, and things of that nature. If you found it useful, all I ask for you is click on the like button. Why don't you leave a nice comment? I would really appreciate that. And consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you on the next video.